Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to our seminar, last set of seminars. Please do register. Here is the QR code. And let's get started. So we will do activities, seminar activities 7 and 8 today. Let me share my screen and let's get started. So today we will have two activities. Let's review what we have done, all the 8 activities. So welcome to seminar 7 and 8. Activity 1, time management grid is here. Activity 2, personal professional development plan. Activity 3 was top 10 employable skills. Activity 4 was personal branding canvas. Activity 5, asset creation worksheet and toolkit. You have done this last week. Activity 6 was evidence table, so for self-directed learning. Activity 7 was Gibbs cycle of reflection, and today we will do it. And activity 8 is optional. Choose one of the options. You will do this today as well. So we will do seminar 7 and 8 today. Gibbs cycle of reflection and choose your own option. So let's get started. Seminar 7 activity is Gibbs cycle of reflection. Please shout at me if anything freezes up. Reflection is looking back on your experiences, making sense of them to identify what you will do in the future. So you write things down about your experiences, clarify your thoughts, emotions, work out some strategies. So you disengage from or step back from an experience and review it, construct meaning from it. Okay, so it's also called experiential learning. Experiential learning, it enhances your self-awareness and problem-solving skills. So reflective managers are important because they can recount failures, successes, they can ascribe meaning to their experiences. They critically question and challenge everything. So it's important that you become reflective. Gosling and Mintzberg say, without an understanding of meaning of one's experiences, managing becomes a mindless exercise. Reflection is the suspended space between you and your experiences. So you need to use that space to make the linkages. We call that imagination space. So today you will be using Gibbs reflective cycle to a critical incident. You will apply this cycle to a critical incident, a recent experience you have had. There are 6 steps: description, feelings, evaluation, analysis, conclusion, and action plan. You'll respond to these questions. You'll apply this cycle to a critical incident, and that will be your seminar 7 activity. Okay, so it helps to keep a journal for your reflection. To deepen your reflection, you need to shift from description to more explanation and questioning and challenging your ideas. There are 10 questions to facilitate reflection. I included them into your slides. Have a look at these as well. You can use anything for reflection. Think of recent experiences you have had. Positive or negative, critical incidents, unusual incidents, mistakes you have done, conversations that you revisit, issues that keep you awake at night. These are great sources of reflection. So keep a diary, record the critical incidents as they happen to you. Be open, honest. Wharton's model is very similar to Gibbs' model. What, so what, now what? What is the description part? You describe what happened. So what is thinking, analysis, drawing conclusions. Now what is future action and goals? So we will follow similar steps. Why do we reflect? We want to develop these 5 skills: self-awareness, description, critical analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Okay, so please be prepared for free writing about a critical incident that you have recently had. Why do we do this? Because employers want managers or professionals who are self-aware, who can capitalize on their strengths, who are committed to lifelong learning, development. So please choose your critical incident now. A critical incident is important to you. So you will be analyzing it. Choose your critical incident, something that you have had recently. What happened? You'll describe the incident. Where were you? Who else was there? Why were you there? What happened exactly? Describe as if you are writing a novel. Pick relevant details. Think about the setting, context, layout, sounds, people, who were there. Describe the events unfolding. Track your emotions. What happened exactly? And then you describe your feelings. You track your feelings, and then you evaluate the experience. What was good? What was bad? And then you analyze it, break it into parts. How can you make sense of this? And then you arrive at conclusions, lessons, and then come up with an action plan. What happens if something happens again? What will you do? Okay, so you want to achieve deep reflection, which includes motives of others, self-questioning, standing back from the event, and improving yourself. So you want to achieve excellent level of reflection, excellent. And you can look at these tables to accomplish that. You want to go up in this hierarchy. And you want to achieve high quality reflection. Okay, so you can use these guides as well. Try to focus on all of these 4 elements: process and decision making, context, which means systems and culture, relational dynamics, relationships between people, and yourself, your self-awareness. So try to focus on all of these and apply all these 6 stages, please. So what I want you to do is download the Gibbs cycle of reflection, please. It is in your seminar files. Here's the QR code. If you haven't registered, you can. So if you go to the seminar section, you will find Gibbs cycle of reflection. You will find this document, okay? So please download Gibbs cycle of reflection guideline, okay? Gibbs cycle of reflection. This is the document, okay? So this is the document. In the first 2 pages, I provide a recap, review of why you need reflection and how to do this. You can go over this if you want, but we will focus on page 3. Start from here, please, description. Download this document, please, and then start typing up your answers. I want you to choose your critical reflection now, critical incident. What is your critical incident? This is something that you want to analyze, you want to make sense of, okay? What is this critical incident? Please choose it and then describe it. Start typing up your description, okay? So what happened recently that you want to go back to and make sense of, turn it into learning? What happened? For example, you might have done some mistakes. Do you want to revisit these mistakes, turn them into deeper learning? Have you done any mistakes recently? Or have you had any hardships, difficulties? Have you gone through any challenges? Do you wish to go back to these challenges, make sense of them? Or maybe you had some arguments, some communication accidents with some people, with your colleagues, maybe with a family member, with a friend. Did you have any arguments, communication accidents, or communication gaps? So you can also choose something like this, a misunderstanding perhaps. Okay, so what happened recently that you want to go back and analyze and turn into deeper learning? Please think about it. Choose your critical incident right now and please start typing it up. What is your critical incident? Please capture that and start typing it up, please. You can either use paragraphs, you can write paragraphs about what happened, or you can use bullet points. But what matters is please try to capture what happened. Capture all details of this incident, whatever happened, okay? What happened? Please describe it, write it down here. If you can't find any critical incidents, you can also talk about the pandemic lockdowns. How were you affected, influenced by the pandemic lockdowns? You had to stay at home, right? And you went through a lot of anxiety maybe. So you can also talk about that period if you want. Because that you can turn it into learning, yeah? And you can reflect on a lot of things. So I want you to type up your critical incident now. Please describe it now. Capture all the details. Keep typing up. What was the situation? Where were you? What happened? Who else was there? Why were you there? How did you act? What happened as a result of your actions? Just describe all the incident and describe it in all the details, please. Okay? And keep typing that up. Capture the details, please. Do you have any questions? Have you chosen your critical incident? Please keep typing up. Describe the incident. What happened? Try to capture all the details. Imagine that this is like a TV episode, TV series episode, or a movie. Describe all the scenes. What happened exactly? Where were you? How did events happen? Capture all the details, okay? Let's try to wrap this up in 1 minute. Quickly type up your ideas. Critical event details, quickly type them up, please. Okay, let's try to wrap this up. Let's continue with the next part now, which is feelings. How did you feel about this? What did other people's actions make you feel? How were you feeling at the beginning, let's say before the incident? How did your emotions change during the course of the incident and afterwards? How do you feel right now? And what do you think about it now? So please track your emotions. Capture the details. So your emotions or feelings before, during, and after the event. How did they change? Capture, track those changes. Okay? And think about your emotions, your feelings. Capture them. Respond to these questions. Quickly type up. Keep typing up, please. Capture your emotions now. Here's the QR code. If you haven't registered, please do so. So you'll track your feelings, emotions, describe them before, during, after. How did they change? Okay, let's try to wrap this up. Keep typing up. Please wrap it up. Let's continue with evaluation now, part 3. How well or how badly did it go? What was good about the experience? What was bad about the experience? So please evaluate your experience now. How well did it go? What was good about it? What was bad about it? Please capture your ideas again. Respond to these. Evaluate what happened. What was good? What was bad? Evaluate the events and the incident. And please capture your ideas again. Keep typing up. Evaluate what happened. What were the positives? What were the negatives? Keep typing up, please. Let's wrap this up in 1 minute. Let's wrap this up. Let's continue with the next section now. Analysis. The next section is analysis. What did you do well or not so well? Did everything go as expected? Why? Why not? How can you analyze this incident or this experience by breaking it into parts? Can you break it into some parts, stages? How can you make sense of the experience? Can you understand it better? What theory or research helps you understand it better? Can you do some Google searches? Was this a communication issue? Was this about leadership? Was this about cross-cultural communication? What type of topics can help you better understand what happened? Can you Google or can you read some books on these topics to improve your understanding of what happened? Okay. How would you behave if you were the other person? So think about the perspectives of other stakeholders. How would you behave if you were a fly on the wall? Meaning that, how would you behave if you were an outside observer? How would you see things? So try to approach the incident from multiple angles, multiple perspectives, okay? Try to look at multiple perspectives of diverse stakeholders and try to make sense of what happened. Make sense of it, understand it better, do some research if needed, divide it into some parts, use some theory or research. So how can you better make sense of what happened? Yeah, and capture your ideas. Keep typing up, please. Let's wrap this up in 1 minute as well. Keep typing up. This is all about sense making. How can you make better sense of what happened? Can you achieve a deeper understanding? What about diverse stakeholders? Diverse perspectives. Can you divide it into parts? Can you analyze it? Can you use some theory or research or book? You can come up with some resources as well to help you. Okay, capture all your ideas, please. And let's wrap this up. Capture all your thoughts. Quickly type them up, please. Okay, let's wrap this up. The analysis part. Is it all clear? You can come back always. Try to respond to each question. You can write paragraphs or you can include bullet points. But what matters is you capture all details rigorously, okay? You try to achieve deeper understanding, deeper reflection. That's what it's important here. Try to show a deeper understanding of the issues. Okay, let's wrap this up. Let's continue with the next part, conclusion. In this part, what did you learn? What are the key things that you learned from this incident? Make a list of all your lessons, please. What did you learn about you, yourself, your performance, others, and others' performance? Could you have done anything differently? How? What will you do differently next time? And how will you do it differently next time? So in this part, you come up with conclusion, yeah? You draw some conclusions. How do you do that? You discuss it. What are your learnings? What did you learn? Please make a list of all your learned lessons. What lessons did you learn from this incident? Make a list of all the lessons you learned. And could you have done anything differently? How? So summarize your lessons, please. What did you learn? Keep typing them up. Let's wrap it up in 1 minute, this conclusion. Let's try to wrap this up. List your lessons. Please wrap it up now. Let's continue with the next one. Action plan. This is the last part, action plan. So now you go forward and you think about what you will do in the future. What will you do in a similar situation in the future? Where are your gaps or areas of improvement? What aspects of your knowledge or skill set do you need to develop? And how will you develop these? What are your goals that you can set for yourself? What outcomes or competencies do you need to focus on right now? So you formulate an action plan, okay? In this part, you create an action plan. You look forward. What will you do next? Plan some actions. Formulate some actions. If a similar situation happens, what will you do? Do you need to learn new things? Do you need to develop some skills? Do you need to take a course, maybe? Take some courses? Do you need to read some articles or books? How do you bridge your gaps? How do you improve yourself? What are your future goals in relation to this incident? Do you need to develop some competences or skills? Okay, so formulate some actions, please, for going forward. What do you take forward to the future? So what? What will you do now? Have you formulated some actions? And these should come from your learning and deeper reflections. So now that you have changed yourself, you have ideally transformed yourself, now you need to take some actions forward. You need to change yourself. You need to improve yourself, let's say. How will you do these? Will you invest in yourself? Will you develop some skills, knowledge? Will you keep learning? Etc. Okay, so please summarize these, type them up in this section, action plan. Please wrap this up as well in the next 30 seconds. Just keep typing up, finish. Okay. So this was your seminar 7 activity. Do you have any questions about this? Gibbs cycle of reflection. This was your seminar 7 activity. You just type up your answers. You attach these 6 parts. Yeah. You organize your answers, write them up, and your responses to these 6 parts, you attach them. And that will be your seminar 7 activity, Gibbs cycle. Do you have any questions about this activity? Is everything clear? Okay, let's come back then to seminar 8. Seminar 8 activity, which is the last activity. Let's start that one. You'll be choosing from 4 options. Okay, the first option comes from What Color is Your Parachute book. This is about job hunting. This is the best job hunting book. And in this book, they give a tip. If you want to improve your employability, start from the top, not from the bottom. As a job candidate, you need to be aware of how employers prefer to fill a vacancy. How do they fill vacancies? Number 1, from within the organization. They choose somebody they already know. So try to find an internship there or part-time there first. Okay, that's the implication. Number 2, if that doesn't work, they use proof. They look at portfolios, proof, track record, your success. Number 3, then they ask their best friends, colleagues, networks, people that they know. Number 4, then they use an agency. Number 5, they place an ad. And number 6, they use a resume if nothing else works. Okay, so what happens is job candidates generally start from the bottom. Don't start from the bottom, start from the top, okay? Because you need to know how they work, how their minds work, and approach employment accordingly. So let's do this flower exercise from this book, What Color is Your Parachute book? This is about reflecting about your ideal job, okay? This is your option 1. If you choose this option, you will reflect on your ideal job. So in a nutshell, this is a self-assessment to figure out what type of work or a job is most appropriate for you. You address all these elements. This is an exercise where you will reflect on each of these elements, okay? And then you create the anatomy of your ideal job. So you address these 6 parts or 7 parts. What are these? Number 1, geography. Where do you want to work? You list some top factors. Do you prefer cold weather, warm weather, etc.? Number 2, what about your salary? What will be your level of responsibility, target salary? Number 3, your working conditions. Do you prefer indoors, outdoors, travel, work alone, as part of a team, etc.? Number 4, you rank these work goals, interests. There are 7 of them. You will be ranking them. Which one is top 1, top 2, top 3, the third one, the fourth one, etc. You rank them, and then you explain your ranking. Why do you prefer your top goals? Number 5, you choose from this table 5 to 7 characteristics. What type of people do you want to be surrounded by? You choose from this table, you circle, and then you reflect on what this means. This is mostly about organizational culture, okay? What type of people do you want around you in your work environment? You choose your people and then reflect on what it means. And then you choose 5 industries. You can also call these fields, knowledge sectors. So there are all these industries. Please choose 5 of them. You can circle them. And then please explain them. Why did you choose these? Explain in a few sentences. And the last one, you choose your strengths from this table. Choose 10 to 12 strengths from this table. Which are your top strengths? You circle them, you choose them, and you explain your strengths. You can also list strengths, unique strengths, if they are not on this list. But you try to explain them. Okay, so this is how you do it. Here's a sample. This is a sample flower exercise. You can look at this example as well. Okay, and this is another example as well. So this is your option number 1. Okay, I will share all the other options. There are 3 more options. But before we do that, let me remind you that if you choose this option, you go to Gibbs, you go to this handout. It is called Flower Exercise Worksheet. Okay, go to the seminar section. Go to seminar section. There is a document called Flower Exercise Worksheet. Okay, Flower Exercise Worksheet. Please download that. You'll be working on this one if you choose option 1. Okay, let me share this document, what it looks like, so that you will be aware. So here is what it looks like. Please download this and you can start typing up. If you choose this option, start typing up your answers. So option 1, the first option is, so you can like visually do it. You know, you can type up all these elements on this flower if you want. So this is the visual option. Or instead of doing that, you can also do the verbal version. Verbal is easier, I think, because you can just overwrite. So if you choose flower exercise, please type up your responses here. Where do you wish to live and work? Let's say I prefer London. Just quickly overwrite. Why? Why London? Explain. Do you prefer cold weather or warm weather? Let's say I prefer cold weather with rain. Because, you know, just explain it in a sentence. Do you prefer big city or small town? I prefer a big city because. Do you prefer beach, forest, mountain? Why? Do you have some ideal countries or cities that you'd like to work in? Again, please make a quick list and type these up, okay? So this is the geography part. And then you continue with salary position. What kind of a position do you wish to start at? What will be your job title? Level of responsibility? Will this be entry level? Will you be managing other people? Or will you be like a professional working by yourself? What will be your target annual salary? This includes tax. Annual salary includes all the tax. So it's all inclusive. Annual target salary. Perhaps you will say something like, I will start with 34,000 and I will try to increase it every year. What about your target monthly salary? This is after tax. What do you receive after tax? You just type it up. Maybe you might say, I want to receive at least 2,500 per month, and I will try to gradually increase it to 3,000 first in 4 years, etc. How do you increase it? Do you want to increase income from side hustles? Let's say maybe you can say, I will make at least 1,000 from other entrepreneurial ventures or side hustles or passive income. How will you do that? You can explain that as well if you want. Okay. Favorite working conditions. Do you prefer indoors, outdoors? Do you want to stay in one place or travel a lot? Do you want flexible hours or 9 to 5? Do you want to work alone or as part of a team, etc.? Okay, so you just explain your choices here. And then work goals and interests. There are 7 different things here, 7 different things. Please rank them. Which one is your number 1? Let's say this is my number 1. Which one is your number 2? You can say this one will be my number 2, etc. And then explain your choices. Which one will be number 3? This will be my number 3. You can copy and paste them. Create your own ranking. And then please explain your ranking. Why did you choose these ones? Okay, rank them and then explain your choices. Especially try to explain your top 3. Why did you choose these top 3? Okay. The next part, your favorite people. Choose 5 to 7 characteristics. You can circle them or list them here. Make a list of them. And then please explain your choices. Why do you want to be surrounded by these type of people? And what does it tell you about the organizational culture that you want to be embedded in? What type of organizational culture do you prefer? For example, if you want to work in a consulting company like McKinsey people are very fast-paced, competitive, smart type of people. So you want to be surrounded by these type of people, let's say. Or UEA, University of East Anglia, generally, people are very collegial, positive at this university. So there's a positive culture about it, about UEA. That's why I love working in this university, because I want to be surrounded by positive people. Yeah. So reflect on what you want and explain it. Industries, please choose 5 industries from this table and then explain your choices. Why did you choose these industries? And the last part, transferable skills. Choose 10 to 12 skills. You can circle them, list them here, and then you can also list your unique strengths, which are not on this table. You can include them as well. And then explain your choices. Why did you choose these? What do you think your transferable skills and strengths are? Explain these. Why do you think that these are your top strengths? Explain it. Okay, so these are the 7 parts. If you choose this option, then you attach this handout, flower exercise, okay? So option 1 is flower exercise. Is it clear? Option 1? Any questions? So let's continue with the other options now. Option 2. Option 2, you will design your personal logo. So what could be your personal logo? Think of different logos and you will create your own, okay? Think of at least 8 different options, concepts. Think of different symbols that convey who you are. Symbol needs to be meaningful to you. So take a minute. If you have some concepts, then describe these concepts. You can also start drawing them, like the one here. Let's say when I think about my personality, myself, I think of a lion, fire, sun, sparkle, twirls, long hair, jumping, smile, etc. Yeah. So you try to draw them, come up with some concepts, do some brainstorming, capture all these ideas. Okay. You can doodle them and take high resolution picture of these. So discuss your concepts. What do they mean to you? And then make a decision. Choose one of them. Let's say I have chosen feather. Then sketch different designs for this feather. There are 4 different designs, as you can see here. You can sketch different designs. You can do this manually with your hand if you want, using a pencil, doodle, or you can do this digitally. No words, letters needed. You don't have to use words or letters. But if you do use, then no problem. It's up to you. Think about colors, lines, movement, etc. Choose a design that you like best. Take a couple of minutes to finalize your logo in details. Explain why you chose this logo. If you are not happy, spend a bit more time, but then don't spend too much time. And then what you will include. If you choose this option, you'll include these 5 things, okay? Number 1, how did you create this logo? Explain, show us the process. Include all your sketches, prototypes, explain them. What concepts did you choose or did you not choose? Explain these, okay? Number 2, describe the logo. What does it represent? Why have you chosen this symbol or this logo? Describe it in detail. Number 3, how is this related to your values and to your personal brand? Please explain it in a couple of sentences. Can you share a story, maybe? Can you share a few words about your philosophy, maybe? Number 4, the final version of the logo. Try to capture it in high definition, high details, resolution. You can do this digitally or with your hand, as you wish. But explain it, okay? And the last one, you can include a motto or a slogan or a personal statement. Can you include a personal statement? So please include all these 5 elements, okay? If you choose option 2. So is this clear? Are you clear about option 2? That is your option 2 logo. Let's continue with the third option. You respond to these 10 questions. These 10 questions are taken from this book, Your Best Year Yet. It is a self-coaching book. It is about making the next 12 months most successful ever. So you respond to these 10 questions. If you want to systematically think about your next year. So you respond to these 10 questions. Each one can be a paragraph or a list of bullet points. So what did you accomplish in 2022? What were your disappointments? What did you learn? How do you limit yourself? How can you stop doing that? What are your values? What are your roles? Which role will be your major focus next year? What are your goals for 2023? Can you share your top 10 goals? What are they? And how can you make sure that you achieve these goals? Okay, so you respond to all of these questions. If you want to reflect on this year and next year and make a transition, you want to reflect on yourself, you want to coach yourself, then choose this option. Okay, this is option 3. And the last option is you will create your own Netflix show. Imagine that Netflix approach you and they ask you to create your own show. How will you do that? You go to this article and respond to the questions in this article. Okay, it is an imagination exercise. If you had the opportunity, what would you create? Try to come up with possibilities. Respond to the questions, please. Okay, so that's your option number 4. So now that you are clear on your options, I want you to choose your option. Which one would you like to choose? Flower, logo, 10 responses, or your Netflix show? Please make your choice now. Which one will you be choosing? Please make your choice. Which one will you be choosing? Try to create some ideas about your choice. please respond to the survey. Which one would you like to choose? Respond immediately, please. Let's say so that we will see your options. Respond immediately. Let's see the options. Make your choice now. You can change if you want, of course. Okay, here are your responses. 3 of you have chosen flower, 2 of you logo, 1 of you Netflix. Nobody has chosen 10 responses, which is odd. But as you wish, okay? Choose whichever you want. And I wish you best of luck in finishing this, okay? So this will be your seminar 8 activity. This is the end of the seminar. Thank you very much. This is the QR code. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful week, everyone. I will see you on Friday in our lecture. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye, everyone. Good evening. Bye.